My name is Sarah Sori Abdub. I'm 23. I come from originally Marsabit County, but we relocated here about 3 years ago because Marsabit started becoming too unsafe. There's a lot of fight there. My background, I was raised by my grandmother from the age of 2 months, and both my parents are there, but my grandmother is the one who raised me. I've studied up to university level, studied health records and information management. I just finished 2022, June. And art for me is more than just a hobby. It's more like what I'm passionate about, because most of us just we follow like the normal routine, curriculum and schools, because we are told to secure a job in the future or something. But for me, I came to see that this is something I can do. It is something I can risk in. So after graduating, I decided I'll try and venture into this and see if it can be a business, instead of having to go look for employment and getting like a kind of something that doesn't pay well, or rather isn't something that is your own business. So art for me, I got to discover I could draw already as a kid, because you draw cartoons and things like that, but not professionally, but in depth. It's when I was in high school that I got to be introduced further into art as a subject that you can learn the techniques and get more skills while at it. So when I went to university is when I kind of started using it for more than a hobby. It was my way of expressing myself, because mostly you don't feel hard, and if you draw whatever feeling you had, they can see it, they can discuss it. But if you kind of approach them to talk about issues you might have, it will be shut down, because no one wants to talk about the bitter stuff. So I kind of use art to express it. And in this setup we have here, for this mother-daughter forum, mostly it's a group that is formed by survivors of FGM. The first piece is to show how this group therapy has been held. We'd come, sit in a circle, everyone shares their story. She teaches us how we can view life positively and what are the kind of activities we could do, because when you're depressed, your mind should not be idle. You should kind of be doing activities so that you can't dwell on the negativity. The first one, the kid who has the tongue out, is to show the joy and the naivety we have as a kid, and the way you approach life without feeling like cornered or you're not scared. And then that is when she's oblivious to all the pain around her. And then in the second picture, she's about 6-7 years old, where you start observing your environment. And this FGM all happens mostly in between the age of 6 to 14, teenagehood there. So for this girl, she kind of knows what's coming, because she can see from the kind of posture she has. She sees it happening to girls around her, and she knows it's next is her. She's not sure how she's supposed to react to it, because around people are praising it as if it's something good, and if it hasn't happened to you yet, you'd kind of be bullied, because the community is all programmed to think it's a good thing to do. In the third one, where she has a pendant which has a blade, is to signify that she has undergone a cut. The way Christians would wear a rosary to show they're Christians, in this one she wears a blade pendant to show she's been cut. And they say the point or the logic behind the cut is to increase your chances, secure your chances of securing a man within the community who has the same values as you. So most parents would still do this. They think they're doing it for the well-being or for the good of the kid, but really conforming to the society practices, regardless of if it's good or bad, I think it's not a good thing. And in the fourth one, she has her lips sealed. In the FGM practice, there are different types, and one of them is where after you've undergone the cut, they seal you up so that they can keep you pure for marriage. Because why is a girl who has undergone a cut preferred? It's because probably you're not like sexually free, or you don't explore that, so you're considered still good and intact and kind of pure for the guy. So in this one, it looks like her expression or her way to kind of express herself has been sealed up until she's going to be married, because the end of the dread ends to the finger where she has the matrimonial band. And then in the fifth one, I wanted to show that this thing that is being cut away, or that is being cut away because they think it's something that causes evil around. I wanted to show people it's not bad. It's not an evil thing, because the religion refuses it, the culture refuses it. Women are not allowed to be sexually aware. So I wanted to show them that this is not, because even the religion says you can sin in two ways. You sin with your mouth and you sin with your parts. So if it's seen as an item to sin, it kind of has a negative attachment to it, and that's why people will continue doing these kind of things. But if people just view it as just a part of life and something you have to experience, they'll probably get it and see its benefits and how it can be good. And in the sixth one is to show the pain that the mothers feel when we get to express our opinions and say that you've hurt us, I did not understand why you did this. So in this forum, the mother-daughter forum, it kind of enables us to sit down in a safe space with mothers, or if your mother is not here, you get to hear from a perspective of a mother and try to understand, because most of girls kind of have a bad relationship with their mothers, because you don't understand each other. They don't know. They think it's like they're doing what's best for you, because when they say the main reason they do it is because they want you to safeguard your options, like your choice in the future, to make sure you secure a man within the community, a man with the cultural values here. So this shows that I also, my biggest mentor or someone I look upon is my grandmother. And I saw her raise a family all by herself. And the way we all like do so much to conform and please a specific gender, or like some practices that are still happening are more like, they're more to put the woman down. So if we are doing things to do that, and at the end of the day, at the age of my grandmother, you'll probably be a woman who raised the family just by herself. So why should you just do anything for the sake of appeasing a man or getting a man or securing a man? Because at the end of the day, it's women who bring up these families all by themselves. Because for mine, it's just a family that was brought up by women. So this I wanted to show that by the time my grandmother had all her kids educated and she got to know that this thing is bad and she should not be conforming to normal practices, it was kind of too late, because she kind of had continued with the culture. But now when it's been explained to her, she can see the logic. So this was to show in the mother-daughter forum, if we share our perspective and our parents get to sit there and listen, because that's why I actually came to this therapy group. because what we feel is like our families don't hear us. They don't even give you the time of the day to talk about emotional stuff. As long as you have food, education, and the basic necessity, like things like your emotional perspective or traumas or things that una feel, you should ask your mother, why did you do this? Why were you mean, or why were you a certain way? It's not allowed because your mother knows what's best for you, you know? That's the total mindset. And if someone is already traumatized, the person is a survivor herself, how would she know what's best for me if she hasn't even faced the trauma herself? So this was to show that if mothers would sit down and listen, like in the setup here, you'd probably get to see that in as much as parents could be dissatisfied with kids, even kids can be dissatisfied with parents. It's not just a one way. And in the fifth picture here, when I brought the first 4 pictures to Mumina to see, she told me we also need something positive, not just the story of pain. We'd also like to see that there is initiative being taken as a way to fix the problem. So in the fifth picture, I decided there's this song, Sauti Sol. It says, I'm not going to pluck your flower, I'm going to let you bloom. So I thought, this is a flower, this is something that is not bad, and the community sees it as an evil thing. If we just saw it for what it is and let everyone bloom in their own way. So in the fifth picture is to show, yeah, just protect it and kind of treat it well, because it's not something evil, it's just what makes you bloom, and it's the flower we have, because that's what germinates and kind of makes other things. Nakumbuka nikiwa mdogo vitu mingi ya shule haikuwa inani fascinate that much, but venye nilianza kufanya art, naweza kuwa art iko na A, Kiswahili iko na baya kama si hivi. So I would come home, naonesha mom so proudly hiyo A yangu, but they would never realize art is something. They're like, always count art kama a win, you should like have it in math or science. So they kind of thought it's just a hobby all through high school. And then I would be the best in art even in joint examinations in high school, but no one sees it at home because inakaa hobby too, you're drawing, una scribble too. Sasa alafu venye nikafika university and nikaanza kuchora, unaanza kupata interview, unaanza when your parents see you on YouTube, they see you on BBC, Afanoramo, and then they kind of start acknowledging ukona something that people out there are seeing it as something valuable. So at least home sai, my grandmother, if she sees me drawing alone kwa nyumba ako Sarah anafanya kazi, do not disrupt that. So at least they start acknowledging it's no longer just scribbling and hobby, it's something that can make her money if she wants. So you know, I wouldn't express myself at home even freely na mom tuseme. So sometimes she would see a picture nimechora, like one I drew of my grandmother in an abstract version, and then and a water a vase with 8 flowers to show her kids. She's watering it to show the way she's kind of the matriarch. I mean, nurture the whole house by herself. So nimemchora kama yeye ndo mwenye anaacha hii flower, if ana nurture flowers they blossom. But now the trick is the flowers are roses. I did it in different colors because roses can come in different colors. So I decided I make my mother's rose black. And then someone asked me in an interview, why is that rose black? And then I said it's because around her I'm all tensed up and I feel gloomy. So when she saw it, at least it became a chance for her to listen and know that kuna a certain way she makes me feel. So she comes home and then she asks, why am I at the black flower? Before, without painting that, she would have never asked people. So it kind of helped me kind of express myself around nyumbani and draw a message there to them. Waone, yeah. So imesaidia.